Today's video is an Adobe Photoshop video, and specifically one about the 2015 release of the new Creative Cloud product. So this is something that has a couple of new features in it, and specifically I'm going to be talking about the new feature of being able to add multiple layer effects to the same layer style that are the same thing. And you might ask yourself, what are these things you're talking about and why on earth would I care? So what this allows us to do is layer on multiple different light sources to the same product. Let's take this text in the middle part of the picture, for example. If I go to that text, I can use the FX button to add a drop shadow or a gradient overlay or a color overlay, all these different types of effects that make the text look different. And if I choose drop shadow, I can, of course, make that drop shadow look like what I want it to look like. So, I'm just going to pull these sliders around here, make the drop shadow exactly what I want it to look like. But the thing about having one drop shadow is that in real life, most of the time we have light coming from more than one angle, and so we actually have multiple shadows being cast. Now in this 2015 version, you see here the drop shadow has a plus sign next to it. So when I click the plus sign, I can actually add a second drop shadow that comes from a different angle, that has a different intensity, a different distance. And so it's like there's one significant light source coming from above and a paler light source coming from the right-hand side. In the same way, I can go in and I can add color to this text. So let's say that the two lights that I shine on this are two different colors. I use that FX button, I go to color overlay, and let's say I overlay some blue, right? So there's a blue light shining on this text. I specify the color, I specify the intensity of that blue, but then I want a second light source to be hitting that bit of text. I hit the little plus sign next to color overlay, and I tell the second color overlay, hey, you should be a pink color, you should have a different intensity, you should have a different effect on this, so maybe a normal effect from both of them. And then here's the interesting part. This purple color is the result of two different sources. So now when I go to a different bit of text and I only use one of those sources, it's like only the pink is being shown on that second bit of text. So now I've got one color shining on the other bit of text, and it's like two competing things are working on the 20 best and only one on the features of Microsoft OneNote. And that's what's cool about 2015.